Hey everybody, this week we are doing chicken curry in the microwave and we have to dive right into it because it takes a while. So get yourself a big microwavable bowl and make sure you're going to have a lid to put on it. And right away we're going to get 2 tablespoons of Indian curry paste. I went with the red curry. And my tablespoon doesn't quite fit in the jar, so I have to get a spoon to put it in the tablespoon. But there's 1. Yeah, that got a little extra. And basically 2-ish. I'll put that in the fridge for another recipe. Okay, now you need, forgot to grab that. Busy getting everything else ready and forgot to get my olive oil. Because right now you need 3 tablespoons of olive oil. And you're going to put that right in with your curry paste. Okay. Take your spoon and just give that a good swirl. You don't need your lid yet, but you do need to pop this in the microwave for 3 minutes. Okay, sorry if I seemed in a hurry, but this one has quite a few steps to it, so I wanted to get started right away. Well, hi, I'm back this week, and like I said, we're doing chicken curry because thanks to Wendy. Hi Wendy, I love your comments every week. She suggested a rice dish this week because last week, I did a pasta dish. And you were going to hear that sizzling and popping real good. Don't worry, it's fine. The reason we have to get that so hot is we have to put about 4 cups, as you can see, sliced up chicken breast. That's about 3 to 4 chicken breasts, depending on the size of them. But you can see it's almost 4 cups. And it's sliced, chunked up, and you want it fairly finished because we're going to be cooking it. And while it's cooking, pretty much what you're just going to have to do is chunk the chicken up because after this we put it in for 4 minutes, stir it, do it for another 4 minutes. And after that we add our coconut milk, basil, and cilantro. But like I said, we wanted to get that started because some of the stuff does take a little while. And the recipe does call for Indian curry paste. Last time when I did vegetable curry, I used a green curry paste, and this time I used a red. If you want to use green this time, it's a little more mild. Well, not that this red is horribly kicky, but it's kind of up to you if you want to use red or green. I went for red this time, change it up a little bit. But like I said, this is Wendy's suggested rice dish because I have my microwave rice cooker, and the lid wants to stay stuck. I did that pre-show, but you can see I actually have a lot of rice in here. I did 2 cups worth, which made it about 4 or 5 huge cups. But the last time I made this, my brother was like, "It was good, but you didn't have enough rice." So it's kind of up to you if you want to do a more family-sized portion like I did, or just a little single cup. That's really good. Okay, I'm gonna set that aside. We'll plate it later. Okay, well, once we get this in the microwave, then we'll, for 4 minutes, we'll start talking about some other cool stuff, including my awesome new shirt. Heat fizz, yet again. Thank you. We've got about 30 seconds. Ooh, kitchen smelling like curry paste. Like I said, you might need hot pads, just because, well, the bowl's going to be hot. First, keep that out of the way. 15 seconds. But we just wanted to get the oil and the curry paste heated up together because we're going to be dumping our chicken in for the cooking. And it's probably going to look a little brownish. I'm not going to lie. Like, oh my gosh, what did I do to it? You didn't do anything. Although, you might want to put the lid on it if you want to. Give that a good stir. It's not burnt, I promise you. It's just a strong microwave. Yeah, second thought, you know what? You might want to put the lid on while you do it, because I think I'm going to have to clean my microwave, because it's oil, so it splattered up. But once you get that curry, it's kind of more of a sludge now. I promise you, you're probably going to be like, oh, did I burn it? Nah, you didn't. That's just how it's supposed to look. Once you get all your chicken sort of covered with the nice paste, sort of, you don't have to pile it all in the bottom. If you kind of, if you can see this, kind of scooch mine around the bowl like that. We are going to put our lid on now. We're going to put it in for 4 minutes, and then we're going to stir it. Okay, now we can get into some more of the other stuff here. You're going to need 2 13.5-ounce cans of coconut milk. Last time I got light, this time I got regular. It doesn't really matter. And you're going to need half. Okay, you can either use fresh herbs or dry herbs in a paste. Basically, we need cilantro and basil. I went nuts this time and I bought fresh herbs. But you can also use dried basil or cilantro paste. Just use the equivalent to half a bundle of each. It'll tell you on the bottle what to do. Bottle, squeezy tube. But you can see I have 1 bunch of cilantro here. Sorry if some of it looks a little dark. It accidentally got frozen in my fridge, which turned it a little dark. And I'm like, woo! Thankfully, I only need, like, half a bundle. So that I can sort out what I want and what I don't want. Okay, that's about half a bundle. And we put the other one aside in your fridge in a Ziploc or something. Or I will put it in a Ziploc. We just get our knife. And we chop up the cilantro. And we're just going to set this aside then. Usually, I'd have stuff pre-chopped for you, but we had plenty of time while we're waiting for our chicken to cook. Okay, so, cilantro, I smell it. But you set aside that half a bunch, and we get our basil. Bought one of the handy-dandy little packs of basil. So I'm going to get, and yet again, that got half frozen. My fridge is goofy. So you get half of the bunch. This is basically a bunch. And we chop that up and set it over with the cilantro. Then chop it into tiny pieces. Probably smells really good about now if you're using the fresh stuff. There's some stems on the basil if you get fresh stuff. You can just throw that away. But after you've chopped that up, set it over with your cilantro, because we're going to be putting that in after we do our chicken a total of 8 minutes. 4 minutes stir, 4 minutes. And then we'll put in our coconut milk, cilantro, basil, and 2 tablespoons of soy sauce, and some salt and pepper. Sorry, my nose itches. Okay. Well, while we're waiting, I'm going to put away my herbs. Grab a Ziploc, because I want my cilantro for later. Okay, so, hey, my shirt this week. Like I said, I got my T-Fish shirt in the mail, and how cool is it? Outlaws. I'll put their website in the down in the description. But another awesome find at Sci-Fi Con. I know I'm going to be talking about Sci-Fi Con for weeks. I do think I have dog hair up my nose though. It's my dog Renegade's birthday, and he got a wash and a clip out of work. Okay, let's scoot aside our herbs. Get out our chicken and stir it. Okay. You see it's starting to cook. It's almost done. You see half of it's probably cooked and half of it's not. That's why we get a good stir on it. And we are going to plop that. Hopefully we've got it a good stir. Put the lid back on and put it back in the microwave. Sorry, I really do have dog hair up my nose. It may seem like I'm itching my nose a lot. But 4 more minutes. Anyway, my second Sci-Fi Valley clone thing I was going to talk about. Hockman's fudge. They were awesome. Hockman's candy. I got this fudge from them called Monkey Jitters. It's like banana fudge on top and like coffee fudge on the bottom. I only let myself have a little spoonful a day. I'm trying to make it last because it's so good. The coffee fudge. Phenomenal. But that is my Sci-Fi Con stuff for the week. Sorry to those of you watching who aren't big curry fans. You know who you are. You'll watch me anyway. But the one big thing I wanted to talk to you guys about, something that seriously hurt me this week. I tried to submit my show to another Geek site. They're kind of new on Facebook. I'm not, saying names or anything. But I got told, upon further review, food just isn't geeky enough for this site, and don't ever contact us again. It hurt, because, I take pride in what I do for you guys. But do not let anybody ever get you down or tell you that what you do isn't geeky enough or good. Food is geeky. Art can be geeky. No matter what you do, people geek out about sports. And for somebody to tell you or me that what you do isn't good enough or geeky enough, just is not right. Don't let people tell you that. It's one of those things where I know it in my head, but it really hit me deep because that wasn't cool. And I know it was an admin who was probably on a power trip, but it still hurt. And I'm not going to talk about it again, but I just wanted to let you guys know that, seriously, whatever you do can be geeky. Food, oh my gosh, look at Nerdy Nummies. I mean, they're huge. I'm nowhere near what they are, but they do awesome stuff. And look at the Geek Girl Project. We have Geeky Eats. Food is geeky. It threw me for a loop this week, and I wanted to talk about it a little bit. Okay, so we have about 1.5 minutes left here. You'll see a tiny bit of pink. If you think your chicken's still too a little pink, you can do it for another like 2 minutes or so. But we're going to be cooking it another 4 minutes after this, because as soon as that comes out, we are dumping in our basil and cilantro, coconut milk, and how much soy sauce did I say? 2 tablespoons of soy sauce. Yeah, we'll put our herbs in first, and then our coconut milk, and then our soy sauce, and a little salt and pepper, which reminds me I should probably get the salt and pepper out. Sorry, like I said, my stuff's kind of everywhere because we got our cupboards partially put back together, so if you see a lot of stuff over here, it's all my everything pretty much. Okay, I guess I can get our knife out of the way. But I'm going to have a nice big bowl and a nice big scoop waiting to serve up a heaping helping. Okay, 15 seconds and we're on our way. And if when you serve this, either to yourself, your player 2, or your family, chop up a little scallion or green onion and put on top and sprinkle it with a little paprika for presentation. Okay. There we have our chicken. You can see our little curry sauce is kind of on the bottom. So, take the half a bunch of cilantro, half a bunch of basil. Beware of the steam because it's going to be steaming when you take the lid off. Put your herbs in. Careful because the bowl is hot. Get your 2 cans of coconut milk. And careful if your bowl's, not the biggest. You might have to stir, make room. Probably should have used a bigger bowl, but it was one of my good bowls that had a lid. You want to make sure you get that all stirred up. Careful though, because like I said, you don't want to be throwing it everywhere. Like I might be, because I didn't use quite a big enough bowl. Okay. Get our 2 tablespoons of soy sauce. It's honestly just pepper and salt to taste. I put a good sprinkling of pepper because you already have curry paste in there, so you won't need a whole lot of pepper. And you already have soy sauce, so you're not going to need a whole lot of salt because those 2 items provide a lot of your salt. But I'm going to get that all mixed together. Trying to get all the chicken mixed in it. This provides a good moisture for the chicken in case it has even thought about getting dry. Okay, so we'll get our lid back on. We're going to pop this in the microwave for 4 more minutes. I know this isn't the quickest recipe I've ever done, but it is so worth it. Okay. Because after you do it this 4 minutes, you're done. You can let it set together a little bit if you want. You don't have to. That's completely up to you. Okay, I'm going to start cleaning up a little bit. Got my paprika out. Take the lid off of my rice steamer and get a nice bowl of rice waiting. You could stir the rice in with it, but it's just easier to get some heaping scoops and put it right over the rice. But in 3 minutes, we're going to have an awesome lunch, supper, what have you. So we'll have this awesome bowl of rice sitting here and waiting. Ah, soy sauce. I knew there was something I hadn't put a lid back on. Apologies for the close-up here. Okay, I've had longer videos. Not much longer, but wanted to do it right for you guys. Okay, I'm going to get a nice little green onion here. Do a little slice up on one of them, so I can make it look pretty and scatter it over the top. Figures I put my knife away. About 3 minutes. Somebody asked for a time check. Okay. Done it. Oop. With that. Okay, I've got a nice little pile of green onion, scallion, what have you. Basically the same thing. Throw away the top part. Okay, in about a minute and a half, our chicken curry is going to be done. Then we'll make a pretty bowl, and you guys can go try this. I don't know about you, but I'm kind of excited. I'm also going to shut down my laptop because unfortunately my battery's not in the best shape anymore, so it doesn't like to keep its strength, and I didn't think to bring the charging cord down with me. But less than a minute. I'm gonna have a fantastic lunch because I did this earlier and then in the day than usual because I'm going out with some friends tonight. Okay, we're going for Chinese food. Doing curry for lunch, Chinese food tonight. I don't know what I was thinking, but it's Monday when I usually like to do my recipes for you guys. Yeah, I'm bouncing my laptop off things. Probably not the smartest thing I've ever done. Okay, let's face it, I'm a little rough on laptops. I'm setting my rice here for later because of course I have extra because I did a lot, just in case anybody else wants some. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Supper's on. Careful, because it is going to be hot. It's not going to be so hot flavor-wise. It's going to give you a little woo! But careful, don't steam burn yourself. Let me see if I can tilt this up here for you guys to see without making a mess. We may have to wait. Oh, I wish you could smell this. It is phenomenal. Anyway, take your bowl of rice. Just get a big old scoop and just start slathering that. And you may need to cut the herbs a little finer than I did. Just start putting that yumminess on top of your rice. Make sure you get plenty of the sauce. Dig in there and get chicken, because you want plenty of the sauce. Okay. You just made chicken curry in the microwave. Enough to feed you and your family, and with an awesome rice dish in less than half an hour. How phenomenal does that look? And, like I said, for a little bit of presentation, sprinkle that green onion, or scallion, what have you. Get your paprika. Put a tiny dash over the top. I'm trying to put a tiny dash and not like go too crazy. But there you go. How fabulous does that look? Get yourself a big old spoonful. Careful, because it is going to be hot. Yeah, you might want to chop the herbs finer than I did, or use the paste and dried. Thought I'd get fancy this time. That was so phenomenal. I'm going to go finish this off. You guys go try this. Shoot me some suggestions for next week, and thank you for sticking with me.